my review on Despicable Me 2 for GB Posters. It was directed by Pierre Coffin and Chris Reynolds, the original directors of the 2010 original, and I'm just going to go ahead and start. Ex-evil villain Gru is back and settling into his paternal role after adopting 3 children. However, after a powerful transformation serum is mysteriously taken, Gru is hired by the Anti-Villain League to help protect the world from destruction. Which is weird because he's normally the one causing the destruction. Steve Carell returns as the voice of Gru, alongside Kirsten Wiig, who is the voice of Lucy Wildes. Now, Lucy Wildes is a very strange character. She is too over the top, but because it's animation, that's allowed, I think. But because this is a children's film, and it is bright, and it is kind of an over the top thing, it does work with the narrative. But luckily for us older members of the audience, the character of Lucy Wilde does sort of calm down when she turns into the love interest for Gru. So unlike Despicable Me, where it just literally focused on villainous behaviour, Despicable Me 2 does have another subplot. Of course it focuses on villainous behaviour because that's what the ingredients for Despicable Me is about. However, there is a subplot of romance which we haven't seen in the original, and this sort of romance subplot does work well with the villainous behaviour, and it kind of mushes together to form like quite a diverse and broad narrative for a lot of other people to enjoy as well. Along with Steve Carell rejoining the cast of Despicable Me, we do have the Minions, the return of the Minions, and they are awesome. They are pretty much centre stage of the action in this film. They are funny, they have even more screen time, and when it comes to the action-packed ending, they are involved, which is a far cry from their sort of role in the original. Again, along with the Minions, we have the return of the cute little Agnes. However, Agnes did not have many one-liners like she does in Despicable Me, with her one-liners of, "It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!" In this film, she didn't really have that many cute one-liners, and I think that that's sort of suggesting that Agnes is kind of growing up and not becoming as cute as she was in the original, which is kind of sad. But she gets way more screen time than her sisters anyway, so I suppose that's a bonus for Agnes. So the central villain in this film is voiced by Benjamin Bratt, and he is called El Macho. Now, El Macho is this massive hench Mexican dude that drinks snake venom for skits and giggles. So he is the ultimate villain to be up against, and at some point you kind of think Gru might not be able to defeat this guy. In this film, the action between the two villains, like sort of combining their skills together, is really sort of intense, and you don't know if Gru's really going to be able to defeat this guy because he is the ultimate villain. The final segment of the film is very much the action-packed, fast editing, fast cutting section, and it is very, very intense, and it is better than the final segment of the original film. And also, at the very, very end of the film, there is a really strange, random Minion karaoke section, which is pretty awesome. Both of these elements combined did bring back from the slow start at the beginning, because the beginning was quite slow. It was very family orientated, whereas the end is your action-packed spy crime thriller kind of thing going on. So it really is awesome. The ending is way better than I was expecting. Overall, Despicable Me 2 is your fun, family-filled film with jokes for adults, jokes for the kids, and really awesome characters, lovable characters like the Minions and Agnes. However, there was sections of the film that I did not enjoy. Firstly, I did not enjoy the fact that they completely disregarded some of the characters we grew to love in the original. So, for example, Edith, Margot, and even El Macho didn't really get that much screen time. You kind of need to sort of infiltrate the older characters that we grew to love in the original, otherwise you will disappoint certain members of the public. The thing that I didn't really like about the film was that it was kind of predictable. Because of the fact that there was no love interest in the original, you kind of knew that as soon as a woman came on screen, she would be Gru's love interest. So ultimately, the film may leave older audiences feeling a bit disappointed because of the lack of characters from the original being infiltrated. However, because it's Despicable Me, your kids are going to love it. So as a side note, if you like the poster that I featured in my little image thing for this video, then head on over to gbposters.com, because they have awesome Minions poster for a really reasonable price. Got my Summer Fruits Oasis, got my Beetlejuice trousers on, I'm ready to vlog.